It's Thursday morning. Not really anticipating anything today. Drop connection because we're dropping off the Wi-Fi. We're leaving the house, but we're back on. We're gonna go to. I know it's the same store we've been to a couple times now, but we're going back to Total Wine Euless. Yesterday they didn't get too much of a drop, but some of the stores later in the day they got E.H. Taylor small batch, so we're hoping that maybe they had some cases in the back and that they put the E.H. Taylor small batch out this morning. I'm hoping they put it out. We'll actually get there early. We'll get there at 9:45. Store doesn't open until 10, so we'll have 15 minutes to kill while we talk about what we got going on. Good morning, John. We got Bug in the Sun in the chat. See if this guy will ever turn the corner with his California plates. I guess I can move the hat, get a little bit bigger field of view for you guys. Looking at potentially getting E.H. Taylor today. We'll see. I don't know. We got a Discord group that calls out when things get dropped, and I didn't really see a whole lot until later in the day that E.H. Taylor and a lot of those, as soon as someone hears about E.H. Taylor, even small batch, people race over there and they swoop them all up. But some of these stores like to hold some back. They don't like everybody coming in and grabbing them in one sitting, so they'll put like a case out at a time. Got about a 30-minute drive, and then we'll have like a 15-minute wait, so this will be a longer live, but hopefully you guys don't mind that, seeing the drive there. Hopefully everybody's doing good this morning. I was talking to some of the guys last night in Discord. I've kind of hit that peak right now where I've pretty much got every bottle that I want, other than like the super unicorns, like the Pappies and the B-Tacs. What do you guys hunt for on a regular? Is there any bottles you guys are in search of? I know I have some bottles on my list that will be for newer releases, but they haven't come out yet, so no reason to rush around when I'm not really anticipating anything. What's a bottle that you guys like to go and just pick up? If you see it, like you'll go out of your way to go pick it up and buy it. You know, I know I almost never pass on E.H. Taylor small batch or Eagle Rare. Dollar Bill, he's saying he doesn't pass on Weller Antique 107 or Stag. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever really seen 107 drop in a Metroplex. If it has, I've never been able to get one in MSRP. I know it has, I've just never been there for one. I've always had to get mine on secondary. Stag, we've only paid MSRP one time, and that was the Specs that was over in Bedford, right next to the DFW airport on the southwest side of it. We paid, I want to say it was $68 out the door. They had 6 bottles, and we were number 3 in line. So, since Dollar Bill's in the chat, what all dropped yesterday? I'm pretty sure it was just E.H. Taylor from what I saw from the den. I'm hoping that maybe today they didn't put everything out. They'll put out some E.H. Taylor this morning. On my way to Total Wine Euless right now. I'm not sure if you're headed out to hunt this morning at all. I don't know if Thursdays really aren't a hunt day. If they are, they're normally a Specs day, because Specs gets their trucks on Wednesdays. They don't always do inventory until at night. Late at night for Specs, they normally will take and keep everything in the back, and they'll put it out the next morning. Kind of delay that drop. Try to get this thing to stay stable, man. It keeps bouncing on us. Hopefully it's not too shaky for you guys. There we go. Eagle Rare, E.H. Taylor, John J. Bowman, small batch, single barrel, and a Total Wine pick. Okay. That's interesting that they dropped Eagle Rare. I didn't know that they dropped those. John J. Bowman, I mean, I know a lot of people talk those up. I haven't been a huge fan. Now I didn't have a pick. I just had a regular offering of it. It was a sample. I ended up sending the bottle that I got to somebody else, but I'd only seen it one time, and I picked it up at Specs. And I want to say it sold for less than what it should have. I think I only paid like $45 for it. Not sure what MSRP is on them. Ooh. Hyundai took that corner as if they were doing like 2 miles an hour. $38.99. Okay, yeah, so that's probably the same price that I paid out the door or something like that. It's a pretty good deal for that bottle, to be honest, but I've only seen them drop one time last year. Of course, I wasn't always looking for it. Not sure what we'll find today. I'm also going to be on the lookout for the new Garrison Brother releases. I think they're doing a 2024 Cowboy this year. I want to get that. If I ever find the Laguna Madre again, I passed on it last year because I wasn't really into Texas whiskey or Garrison Brothers by any means. I think I will splurge and spend the premium for that Laguna Madre. It'll be the most expensive bottle that Garrison Brothers has to offer. It'll also be the most expensive bottle I've ever purchased. I want to say they charge around $350, $375 before taxes for that bottle. Man, the semi keeps riding this line beside me. Always traffic, guys. Doesn't matter what time of day. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area, all too well. Still better than like San Antonio or Houston traffic, but not too much better. Looking like I'm going to have to get the 13th colony shipped to my girlfriend's in California, so it won't be touched until July. Are you able to ship it to my house? Yeah, SLB's in their 13th colony rye pick. I believe it's hazmat proof too. I think they want $149.99 plus $25 for shipping. Bourbon Outfitters $175, and I think they'll still have taxes on top of that too. Tax rate, I'm assuming, will be off of whatever the distillery where they're located for 13th Colony. I think that's where they'll tax it at. I don't think they'll tax it from Bourbon Outfitters' point. They're just the drop shipper. I think Bourbon Outfitters ships to us. I think Tyler's orders stuff from them. So if I need to pay you money up front for it too, I can. If you manage to snag one, because like I said, I know Tyler's definitely going to want that bottle or try that bottle. I want it more, so he'll have to try it. He won't be able to have it, but it'll be funny. I think it's only 120 bottles, but my tier is second time slot, so hopefully I'll be able to snag one. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many people are in that top one. The way you made it sound is there's no cap, so people might up their subscriptions for a month to make sure they're in that top one to have first pick, but I would definitely say that within the second tier, it'll probably go almost immediately. S. Meyer said he just scored a Rock Hill Farms for $69.99. Congratulations. I want to say that's how much they were charging at Total Wine last year. I was waiting in line. I was number 7, but they only dropped 3 bottles. Oh, that's good. John says that they locked the tier list so people can't just jump in and snag that one and then leave. That's good to know. Yeah, Rock Hill Farms was on my list to get for a while. I don't think it's on my list anymore just because of how crazy it is to get something that's honestly not that great of a whiskey. It's just super limited. So the secondary on that's even greater than Elmer T. Lee. That's an awesome score, though. I would love to find a Rock Hill Farms for $70. Unfortunately, Total Wine is probably one of the only stores I've seen that does it. I think Specs, it'll be phone call, going to be on the list. Rock Hill Farms still on my list. If I see it in the vault, good for trades. It is. Even through the vault through Florida, if it's marked up at all, and I don't think they do mark it up. But if it is, I know like the Weller 12 was for you. It's still pretty under $100. They trade for $300, $350 pretty solidly. So good way to get some extra capital, or to get a bottle that you actually want that might cost a little bit more, but you don't want to spend. Looking for a Coy Hill at the moment. I think Jack Daniels is dropping Coy Hill again this year. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I heard that they might even do them in 375s. So instead of dropping the 750s, they might have mini Coy Hills, the 375s. So if that's true, and they're going off barrel and not bottle numbers, you'll have double the bottles out there. Of course, they're half the size, but hopefully they'll get better distribution of the 375s. And hopefully people don't really look as hard for them, because you'll have to go to the mini aisle like in Total Wine. I don't think it'll be something that they put on the lottery list or anything like that then. I didn't hear about them doing a 15-year. I did hear about a 14-year. JD 14 is supposed to be coming out this year. They're doing a 15. That's news to me. Unless you're talking about the Coy Hill will be 15-year, which that's also still news to me, because I've never had a Coy Hill or even seen one, let alone tried one. Yeah, if I could get some Jack Daniels Coy Hill to try, that'd be pretty cool. I know those bottles, they fetch around $500 to $700 for the entry-level offerings of it, and then they go up by proof point to some pretty crazy astronomical hazmat proofs. And I know that those hazmats, they start going for $750 plus. I've seen some of them even fetch over $1,000 for a Coy Hill, depending on the proof. Yeah, 141.9 proof, talk about a heater. What's crazy is I've heard that they go even higher than that. I've seen like 144s and 145s on secondary, and I think someone said they go up to like 147 or 148 proofs. John's in Florida. You're talking to me, David. I'm in Texas. We're on our way to a Total Wine, Euless, Texas. It's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, just west of the airport. They did a small drop yesterday. You scroll up in chat, dollar bill, put what they had dropped. I'm thinking that there's a chance that some of these bottles, they sometimes hold cases back and they put them out the next day, that they might put E.H. Taylor's small batch out. Oh yeah, no, Florida. Yeah, no, that's where John's at. That's why we're talking about their lottery, the vault, ABC vault. It's kind of cool that we got people from all over the United States. So you guys can kind of hear about pricing and how hard it is to find certain bottles. I mean, like Weller Special Reserve, like doesn't even really exist in Florida, but I can go into almost any store right now in Texas and Weller Special Reserve just sits on the shelf. Ooh, I've tried, but I can't bring myself to like Horse Soldier of any variety. I've only tried one of their offerings, and I didn't care for it necessarily either, but something that I can always respect is the story behind it. Definitely has a lot of more story and history behind it for the marketing aspect of it. But the juice itself is just meh. I did see a fancy limited release of it, but it was like $500. It came with some fancy glasses in a giant box, and it was like some of the premium bottles that they had, like above what you normally see on the shelf. When's karaoke on the road again? Yeah, it's funny. I want to say we're on the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Get your special reserve at a gas station for $30. See, we can't sell liquor outside of liquor stores, so you can't go to grocery stores or gas station to get hard liquor. And the stores are open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's Monday through Saturday. They're closed on Sundays, and then holidays sometimes they close early as well. But it's one of those things where it does make it difficult to get bottles. If you're trying to get something on a Sunday, it's just not going to happen. So I'm glad that my days off are during the week, so at least the stores are open. I get to request it. If they want a Weller Special Reserve, they don't put it on the shelf. Some of the specs do that too. They let keep it in the back. And you can get the 1.75 liter handles for like $45-50 out the door. You get the 750s for $24.99 after taxes. I'm talking like 27, 28 bucks. You saw the Special Reserve for the first time in Arkansas on Monday. I honestly, like, I pass on the Weller Green Label. I know some people like it better than the 12, but for me, it's like a mixer at best. Like, I don't find myself drinking Special Reserve. Now, that being said, I will drink Special Reserve over Maker's Mark's regular offering for a wheated bourbon, but I don't think it's anything to rave home about or anything that's special. Yeah, luckily I don't have to worry about that Torque about requesting Sundays off or getting Sundays off. Dude, is this guy not going to freaking move over? He's driving well below the speed limit in the left lane. Yo, Locktar, what's going on, brother? The Bourbon Jedi's in the house as well. Yeah, we're still on our way. We're about 11 minutes out from the store, but we don't have to wait till 10 o'clock anyways before the store opens up. Locktar knows the deal. He's in Texas. Come on, this little Toyota Camry needs to move over before I move over. Mobbing now. I've never seen someone drive so slow and so methodical in the left lane before. I've tried shots of Weller and CYPB. It's the most overrated. CYPB and Single Barrel I had on a flight for my birthday at the Rack House, and I also had 107. I still think 107 was king. But the specific Single Barrel I had, because obviously Single Barrels are all different, was better than the CYPB, and the CYPB was just very oaky for all the Wellers I've had. So, and I've had all of them now, except for obviously the super crazy one, Daniel L. Weller. I haven't had that one yet, but of the color, the rainbow, the vertical, I think 107 and Bulletproof. It's a coin toss depending on the day, which one I like better. Saw a couple of Stags also, but I didn't want to drop $2.99 on them. Yeah, the most I've ever paid for a Stag, and I'm getting down to the pennies here because we did a trade. I bought a Bomber's for $99.99, which came out to $108.24 after taxes, and we traded that for a Stag, batch 18, and that was our very first bottle of Stag we ever got, and that was the most we've ever paid for Stag. I won't pay a penny higher because I know I can find a bottle around that $100 range, and I can always trade it for a Stag. So no reason to pay the full secondary at $200 for one. Just not going to do it. Were you a Grand Reserve at Total Wine? Oh, you have not been a member of the channel for very long. We've been absolutely shafted by Total Wine. We had 187,000 points last year, and all we got was a $60 Black Tuesday beer that we were selected for. And this year, you know, even within the first quarter, I know we're in May now, but in the first quarter, We had 80,000 points, and we missed that first quarterly drawing as well. We didn't get shit for that. I do love 107. Bomburgers is amazing. Should have kept it, LOL. It's funny, I actually got 3 Bomburgers 2023s throughout the time that I've been hunting for it. The one, like I said, I traded for a Stag Batch 18. The second one we gave to a buddy for a wedding gift. And then the third one we opened and drank, and that's how you got your sample that you got. Yeah, we know Grand Reserve all too well with Total Wine. We're pretty much ate up with Total Wine to where we only will buy bottles if they're allocated, or if there's something that's like a new release that we're looking for that might not be allocated but just hard to get. Other than that, I'll pass on 99% of the bottles. Even if it's something I am looking to pick up, I'd rather go spend my money at Specs and get the points to start building up rewards for Specs, because I've been told Specs is going to start deducting points when you purchase allocated bottles. I have a Weller's Green Label 750 I'd happily trade off. Not sure it's worth to ship though. Yeah. I see the 750s trade for like 45, 50 bucks. I've seen them trade as high as 60 actually. And then I've seen the 1.75 liters trade as high as 90, but I don't ever charge people more than what I paid for those bottles. They're not, to me, they're not worth trading more. If someone wants it, I just help get them a Weller Special Reserve. Bomburger's theme song. She's my cherry pie. Yeah, so that's the Michter's release. That's they normally drop them at the same time. They're a yearly release, Locktar, so you can be on the lookout for it. I'm not sure. I think it'll be September or October when they drop this year, or when they're supposed to drop. They also drop the Shanks alongside it as well, so you get Shanks and Bomburgers. MSRP on those bad boys, I want to say the Shanks is like 75, 80 bucks, and the Bomburgers was like 99.99. So maybe you can find them for under 120. I know, because where you're at, they're normally slight markups, so maybe $120 each you can get one. I still think they're worth picking up. As to which one to buy this year, I don't really know. They seem to trade back and forth depending on the year. Sometimes people like Shanks more, sometimes people like Bomburgers more. For me, I think 2023 Bomburgers was definitely a home run hitter, but Shanks wasn't bad either. I had a sample of that from Mr. Gunner L up from Michigan, so I have been able to try some nice offerings thanks to some of you guys that are able to help me get some samples, and I use those samples to help determine what bottles I'm going to hunt and spend my hard-earned money on. So, and I try to return the favor and send you guys stuff that you've never had before. We're approaching the Total Wine, but like I said, we're early. We got to wait till the store opens up. So when we get parked, we'll flip the camera around and we'll talk to you guys and see if you guys got any questions for me while we wait. We got about 20 minutes, and we're about 5 minutes from the store. I say 5 minutes, it's really less than that. We got a green light, we're turning left, and then we'll be turning right into Total Wine. My local liquor store got a case of Maker's Mark Cellar Aged. Got one for $3.29. Yikes, that's a lot of money. It is below secondary, so I'll give you that. I know that MSRP on those when they dropped was $135, and I've seen them at duty-free stores, which obviously you have to have an international boarding pass to purchase alcohol or cigarettes, but I've seen them for as cheap as $175 still. Kind of tough to say it's worth $400, but I mean $329. It's definitely one of those where I've had it, I really enjoyed it, but that's just a lot of money for a bottle. And I say that because that would be the most money I've ever spent on a bottle, and I think it's as best as any bottle I've ever spent money on. Probably not, but a lot of the bottles I've had too, I got them for less, but the secondary value is much greater than cellar age, so maybe I have some bias there. I would still be excited though to get a Maker's Mark Cellar Aged, even if I did have to overpay a little bit. I just wouldn't tell too many people what I paid for it, and I would just drink it and enjoy it, and I would be more careful on who I shared it with. They'd have to be someone that actually enjoys whiskey, and I'd probably only pour them up at maybe a 2-ounce pour at most, and then I'd put that bottle away for the night. But that's just me. Something like that, you kind of got to savor. From what it sounds like, though, is that might be a release that gets dropped yearly or bi-yearly at some point in the future. I don't think that'll be right away, but we'll see. Let's get some parking that's a little bit closer since it's we're early. We don't have to worry about parking far out this time. Let's go park closer. I'm gonna back it. No line, yeah. No, it's not a drop day. Normally Tuesdays and Fridays are drops days. This store doesn't get a lot of action or a lot of people that show up and wait in line here. Ugh. Off to hunt myself. Good luck. I'm hunting steaks at SB Cody Road. Great value, 107 proof. A lot of brown sugar. You'll have to send me a picture. I know you got my email. Send it to me via email. Check it out. Liquor store has to sell 25 cases of Fireball a month to get allocated stuff. So I would talk to your liquor store. They shouldn't have to sell Fireball. It should just be any Sazerac product. So I know you got Fireball, Wheatley vodka, Mango Shada. I think there's like 3 or 4 other things that people can buy, and those will help you. Those will definitely help you build allocation and cred for the store. So it's not based off of the bottle amount anymore. It used to be, because you used to be able to buy the minis and that counted as a bottle, but you can still buy dollar amounts is what they say. So I would just, if you're going to buy minis to give away or do a party, whatever, buy the minis. Some places force you to buy Wheatley. Yeah, I find that to be pretty unconstitutional, pretty anti-America to force you to buy Wheatley just so you can get allocated bottles, but nothing different than Goody Goody doing their bundles. Torp says Travelers all around, just sitting too. Yeah, Travelers definitely sits on the shelf here. I don't know if that helps with, well, it might. Travelers, he might have a point. That one didn't do so well. That one actually might help you get allocations too if people buy Travelers whiskey. I don't like the idea of having to do bundles though. Drop the Wheatley off at Goodwill. Oh, you know, if I was in this business, like when I was underage, like if I knew what was going on, and I went to a state where like you had to buy Fireball or Wheatley like they do in Tennessee, man, I would straight up just, if I was a college kid or high schooler and I was trying to get alcohol, I'd just be waiting out in the parking lot for anyone who's buying allocated whiskey saying, can I get that Fireball off of you? I could probably buy, you know, a whole handle of Fireball for like $5. Crown Blackberry is more sought out after than Travelers now. Yeah, it is. Which is funny because I did pick up a bottle of Crown Blackberry for Bourbon Hunter, but he hasn't really told me if he wants me to send it to him or not because he said he was trying to get it for somebody else. Hey, there we go, the Bloody 81 morning drive to work. We're waiting for Total Wine to open up. We've got like 16 minutes to kill. We got here a little early, which is, it's okay, but we don't know how many people want to hang out and watch chat while we're waiting for that, so we'll see. We're going to see if we can get something from Total Wine today, but I'm not expecting anything. But this is one of the better stores I can go into where we have cell phone reception, because I'd rather go to the Specs, which I'll probably go to afterwards, but for whatever reason, some of these buildings, man, the cell phone reception's terrible and the quality's blurry. You guys can hear me, but you won't be able to see anything. So if you guys want to see me stay alive for Specs, I can tell you what's on the shelf, but as far as showing you, I won't be able to show you guys anything because the service is so bad. I'm going to have to find some places that have free Wi-Fi so we can try to have something going on for us, but we'll see what we can do. Birnheim wheat whiskey is a good punishment pour for people you don't like. We're deciding on breakfast. Daughter just woke up now, or just now woke up. Good lazy start of the day. Total Wine has more killer olives and tequila, usually by register. So, good morning, Midnight. How are you doing, sir? Or ma'am? So, speaking of Total Wine, and their olives. I don't buy olives, but every month they reset their points. I think this month it's going to be closer to like the second or third week. I do still buy with the 10x point multiplier because I get the 10x multipliers here in Texas. Cheese, I buy different cheeses. I'll also buy nuts. I like buying cashews, chocolate covered coffee beans, and sometimes I'll buy, like, they have some salsas and some chili con queso, and then I also buy some chips. And just getting the food items, I don't know, drop $50 to $100 on food items, and then, sir, and I am well, thank you, yourself. I am doing fantastic. We are currently waiting in the parking lot of Total Wine. They don't open for another 14 minutes, so got here a little too early, trying to kill some time. Good to see it in chat. But the cheese at Total Wine is awesome. They have quite a few offerings. They also have pepperoni and salami. Trying to think what else you can buy. I bought like a big thing of cheese balls. I mean, the container's like this freaking big. What else did I buy? They have pretzels too. I don't really buy the pretzels. Cookies. Sometimes I'll get cookies or chocolates. Any kind of food item though. Load up on $100 worth of food items, and then you get 10,000 points, which gives you a $10 coupon off for your next purchase. And the 10,000 points just helps build that Grand Reserve program and helps get you a chance to actually be selected for the allocation drawing for their Grand Reserve program. I don't collect enough points at Total Wine to be put on the allocated stuff. Well, there is a trick, and I'll tell you guys right now, live. I mean, we only got 12 people currently watching. If you want multipliers, change your store location. If you set your store location to mine, the Total Wine in Arlington, Texas, and you wait a month, you have to wait a month because you have to wait for the new reward programs to reset. You will then have the reward programs that I have, which is 10x multipliers on wine and 10x multipliers on food. And then you just go to your local Total Wine with that coupon that you have on your app, and you buy 10x times food or wine. You need to spend $250 if you have 0 points. That will get you 25,000 points. And then once you have the 25,000 points, you just change the store back to your location, so that way next month your points will still be there and your new deals will reset to your store, but that will qualify you for Grand Reserve. And then whenever the lottery comes up, so don't do this on the quarterly ones because you don't want to miss out on signing up for the program. On the quarterly month, you'll sign up for that raffle, and you'll be able to have access to the Grand Reserve lottery in your state, and you'll hit that goal way faster. So you can actually juggle it and switch back and forth between months between your store location and get the 10x multiplier. This works really well with wine if you have any kind of business or like a women's group that loves drinking wine. If you like cooking with wine, I'll cook with wine. I don't drink wine, but I'll cook with it. It's a good chance to load up. And because it's 10x food and 10x wine, just sign up for both because they're free to activate whenever you do that. Buy a bottle of wine or buy one food item. If you're going to buy one or the other, just buy one to see if it works. If you guys aren't sure if it's going to work or not, so you're not spending a bunch of money, you'll buy a $7 bottle of wine if you don't plan on buying any more wine. See if you get 70 points or if you get 700 points. If you get 700 points on that $7 bottle, then you can go dump all your money on food. Is there anything above Grand Reserve? No. So at 25,000 points, you get access to Grand Reserve, and the next year you'll also be automatically Grand Reserve, but you'll have to requalify. Every point above 25,000, you're supposed to get one entry into the raffle. So if you're at 25,000, you're a Grand Reserve. I have 80,000 points. That tells you that I'm supposed to have, another 55,000 entries into this drawing, depending on where you're at in your state, your city, your location, your store. That depends on how many allocated bottles they get to that Total Wine. Also, the amount of people that are Grand Reserve in your area that are trying to get into that lottery as well. I'm in the DFW area. It's very saturated. There's only 2 stores in the entire location. The 2 stores, it's pretty brutal. The 2 stores, the way it works is, it doesn't matter if you're in far west Texas of the Metroplex area. So we're talking, what is that? Saginaw for northwest, or the far southeast, like southeast Arlington, or even Northwest Dallas. There's only 2 stores you can select for the lottery. So those stores, whatever they get, they have to divvy it up between, you know, a few 100,000 people, versus your city might only have 10 or 15,000 people in it. Maybe only 2,000 people are Grand Reserve members, because you got restaurants and hotels that also compete with that too. And you could still have a very good chance if you use that point to cheat it. Do the points have a cash value in store? No. That being said, every 5,000 points that you accumulate, you get $5 off coupon. So my suggestion is, and I know this sounds ridiculous to go spend $250 to do it, but if you do what I said, you change your store location to like mine, you wait a month, get the 10x multipliers, you use that 10x multiplier on wine and food, rack up a $250 bill. The next day you'll have a $25 coupon ready for you. So then when you switch back to your store and you want to go buy a bottle of whiskey or bourbon, redeem the $25 and get $25 off your next order that you spend on. So that's a way to do it. But other than that, they don't have a cash value, and they get reset at the beginning of the year, normally January 1st. So one of those things where there's no reason to build, you know, 1,000,000 points if they're going to reset next year. But like I said, I pretty much only buy allocated bottles from Total Wine now. I've been burned way too many times with the Grand Reserve program. It's been pretty brutal. So we're still counting down, guys. We got a little bit more time left, but we'll see. Let me see what time it's showing. I'm showing 9:52. We got 8 minutes. Got a few messages on here too. This guy got super butthurt on his Facebook post. He's like, "I can read. Are you his keeper?" This guy can't freaking read a Facebook post apparently, because the post was it was a for sale, and it said cash only. And this guy's over here offering trades. He wants to swap bottles. I'm like, that's not how it works here. There's already 2 people that just got in line at Total Wine, so we'll see if they're gonna sit here and wait. They're waiting for whiskey, I'm sure. I don't think they're gonna have anything though, but we'll see. What do you guys think? Should we go get in line with these 2 yahoos that have been here longer than me, or if they just pulled up and just walked up? What do you want to do? Hey, Father Fortenberry, live from the patio. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, line up. All right, we'll go get in line. There's only 2 people. You ever check Costco? So Costco, they don't sell liquor in Costco. They have a separate liquor store that's attached called WB Liquors, and they don't really have any affiliation with it, so they don't have access to half the stuff. They still get allocations, but it's a lot less frequent. What am I getting? I don't know what I'm getting. We're just burning time and hoping for something. Heard about you last night from Major Zero. Looking forward to checking out some of your vids. I didn't even know Major Zero was talking about me. Was he talking shit? Eagle Rare from Indio Monk. Is that what we're getting today? Eagle Rare? Is that what you think? He's local, so he'll know. He's one of the big moderators and admins of several of the channels and servers I'm in. 40 watching, 8 likes. Some of y'all kick dogs. Thought it was kicking puppies. Yingling Flight, is that what you want, Dad? You want me to pick up some Yingling Flight? Still need you to come over and try some of these beers. We've got Bottle Logic. We got 3 bottles of that. What else do we got? Oh, I have those 2 releases of the Goose Island. We got the Old Forester and the Old Fitzgerald bourbon barrel-aged stouts. We're in Texas. Waiting in line, or is there a line? There's 4 of us in line now. Home for 2 weeks, perfect, Dad. Well, you need to come over. We got some beer to drink. Monday, I'm dropping the truck off in Burleson to get the oil changed, so I'll be with Mom. Tuesday's my anniversary, but the week after, Monday or Tuesday, you want to hang out, I'll have to double check the date. I'm going to take my son to the dentist, but I think Tuesday will work. I know you have the office that night, so maybe we do Monday, but we'll see. Yingling flight would slap, as the kids say. Landon says, "Are you black?" No, not at all. Do your boy a solid and hit that like, so it lets more people see the live, please. Find anything good today? Nothing is open yet. They don't open until 10 a.m. in Texas, so we're still waiting, but we'll see. Don't forget Sunday's Mother's Day. Yeah, I know. We gotta get something for Mom. I don't know if she's watching right now, but we gotta figure out what we're gonna get for her, so we'll have to take a look and see what we can find. Got 6 people in line now. The retired bourbon hunters have the advantage over us working students. Well, because of my work and what time I go to work, I can actually hunt as long as it's on open before work every single day. The only day that kind of gets screwy is now that I have to work on Wednesdays is Wednesday. Normally when they drop, their drops are like midday, like 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. for specs. They'll get like their Buffalo Trace allocations drop, like Eagle Rare, Blanton's. So won't be able to get those, but that's okay. I work from home, so I'm there with the retirees. Hey, that's the best way to do it. Matter of fact, the Total Wine that I used to hunt at all the time, those guys get there too early. That I'm not willing to go up there and hunt and wait anymore, because they get there like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, and wait 3 to 4 hours just for the store to open up. Total Wine though used to be pretty good for me to get drops, but the one I was going to, that's right down the street from my house, it's just, I'm not getting there that early. Sometimes I could walk in there midday though and find stuff. Yeah, old timers, yeah. Now that being said, I did walk in one day, it was like 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m., and they had bomb burgers just sitting on the shelf, so like that was a guaranteed buy right there. But I've never seen stuff like that really get put out later in the day, so I don't know how they managed to put that one out and people didn't see it and buy it sooner. We got 7 people online now. Hopefully this GMC Yukon's music doesn't get us a copyright strike. We'll have to remove that little bit of audio if so. They appreciate that, Midnight. You have a good day at work, sir. I'll be going to work afterwards. Probably do one more hunt after this, actually. We'll probably swing over to the specs in Bedford. Got quite a few people showing up now. See if they jump in line. A couple more vehicles, so maybe we get something today, guys. Maybe we get something. I don't have any hope, but if we do, I'll be happy. Let's see. 1 minute. They're opening the doors. Don't tell them. Silly. Oh man, we don't let them sell me Wilcott. Half the stuff we don't even let us try it. Even if they're saying, hey, free sample, I'm like, no thank you. Counting down, boys. Run. They do love pushing Wolcott. I think Tyler fell for that. He bought a bottle, but his was like a special release of it, and it wasn't too bad. Do you like Bib and Tucker 6 here? It's become one of my favorites. I have not tried it. If I have, I don't remember. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. We'll see if they open their door. Come and open the door now, guys. We're going in. Alright, let's see what we can get. Bourbon and green, their release. I have not seen Jim Beam 7. We got the Indigo Hour here too from the Orphan Barrel. Got the Dickel 18. Bower Hill. Whistle Pig. Only got Disco 10. They don't have Disco 11 just yet. They do have the Bowman Brothers small batch. That's a pick. Got one left for $38.99. Still got tons of Henry McKenna. There's a horse soldier down there we were talking about. Hard Truth. Rock Creek. Now here's going. Marty Ones and Rebecca Creek, but no double barrel Spanish oak. Tater Dog's still in the chat. We'll go look at the tequila. I don't think they got anything new though. I think Bob bought a bottle of this the other day, but I think he bought a smaller one or just the regular añejo of this bottle. So I don't know if you guys have ever had that one. Do you know anything about it? Marlin and Green is awesome. Got this one. I had a very small batch. Oh, Dollar Bill wants to know if that was a Hirsch single barrel. We'll go back. We'll look at the Hirsch. It is a single barrel. Yes, let's go look at it. Sorry. $60 corn, 36 rye, 4% multiple barley, 120 entry proof. Aged 5 years, 11 months. Got 3 of them. I don't know if that's one you're looking for, Will. I'm not sure which ones we're looking for. I think we're trying to find the ones that are around 7 years age stated. More tequila that no one wants to look at. At least I don't want to look at, but that's just because I don't know anything about it, and I'm not a big tequila drinker. See if they got anything else here. I don't even see any G4. Yes, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Alright, let's go try to find the little minis too, the 375s, and see what they got. Oh, they're up here. 375s. And we won't buy any snacks today. We're getting ready to go to work. I don't want those sitting in the truck. Plus, we already used our 10x multipliers from last month. We're waiting for the new coupon to come out. We only buy when we get 10x points. We don't get 10x points. We don't spend the money. I think that's going to be it, guys. I didn't see anything from here, so. I think we're going to end up going to specs. Nothing hidden. I think we're going to go ahead and roll our dice and go over to specs, guys. See what we can find over there. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Alright, guys. Well, we were bourbon hunting is what we're doing. We didn't see any allocated bottles that we were looking to buy, so we're going to go ahead and go over to another store that's just down the road, see if we can find anything before work. But whiskey has a very crazy market where these allocated bottles people pay a premium for, but the time and effort people spend on trying to find them and get them because they are limited makes it very difficult. So Total Wine has never really been good to us lately, so it is time to go over to specs. Switching over to the truck audio, give me a second. Well, if you're a minor, you are in the wrong place. As this is not set up for kids. Looking for specs. Going to specs Euless, it's a 10-minute drive. We are on our way right now. Pulling out. Whoa. Alright, so the service in specs is absolutely atrocious, so our video quality will get super grainy and blurry, but audio should still be fine, so we will have to try to vocalize what we see as we look. Unfortunately for you guys, I like to walk really fast when I hunt, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, if you're a minor, probably not the channel, sorry. You need a few mods, RJ. Yeah, I normally have some mods. I need to promote some more. Lately been doing lives from the phone though, so I haven't been able to do any changes or promoting people. But we'll need to get some more mods. I don't think there's anything wrong with them coming in and asking questions, but being underage, this channel is really not for that, unfortunately, because we have alcohol-based content. You need to be of the legal drinking age. In this case, it's the age of 21 years. Landon's gonna have to learn to be nice. Getting some reactions. Are you a human? I think he's definitely a human. Oh, well, let's get this flipped around so you guys can see the journey, the process, the going. Green light means go. We'll probably buy something at Specs though, even if we're not buying any whiskey. You'll probably at least buy like a snack or a couple drinks for work or something like that. They round up too, so if you spend $9.01, they'll round it up to $10 for points. So that way you're never missing out on even a single penny for points. So nice to have as many points as you possibly can for Specs, especially when they start consuming. We're gonna go straight here and follow the cop, I guess, because everybody and their mom wants to turn right. I'm back, baby. Euless police. Man, he's calling you out, Landon. Where am I heading? So we just left Total Wine and Euless. We're over going to the Specs over here too. See, now we can turn right instead of following the cop because there's no one over here, so maybe we will turn right. I don't know if the cop's gonna follow us. We're gonna go ahead and turn right and see if the cop busts us or not for doing this. Nope, cop went straight. Of course, the light turns green right after I do that. Now we're on our way to Specs. It's still called Specs Euless, but it's basically Bedford, so I want to say Bedford, but it's southwest of the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. Ugh. I am not sure what we're going to find, guys, but hopefully something. Because we're live right now, we can't check the Discord. We got a Discord group that drops the bottles that people find, and if there's any left and available, so that way people can rush over to the stores to get them. But we're not trying to go out of our way to go too far to get anything, so we're going to try to stay here. We're going to run this light. We're going to commit a traffic infraction. You guys saw it live right now. RJ committing traffic infractions. Oh, and everybody's turning now, so we're going to have to speed up. Woo! 1.6 miles, destination is on the right. Once again, guys, if you're still watching, we are going to go into the Specs, and the service is going to go really bad, but it should still let us stay connected, but the video is going to get really blurry, so you'll just have to listen in. I'll try to talk about what I'm seeing. Last time we were in there, they did have the Disco 11 series. I want to say it was 135, 99 or something like that, so we'll try to shout them out as we see them. Take my test on the 23rd. I'm learning lots right now. I don't know if you want to learn from me. We're speeding, we're excessive lane changing, we ran a red light. Technically the light was yellow when we entered the intersection, but we should have stopped, but it is what it is. Don't report me. No, it's crazy. I got people I work with. We work in a federal job, and some of them are like mid to late 20s, and they still don't even have a driver's license. It amazes me on how far behind some of these guys are to life. Whether that was because of choice or fear, or their parents never really helped them get into it. So I know some people can't afford a vehicle, but just trying to learn how to drive. Figured they might have a friend or someone to help teach them if they spoke up and asked. I'm not really sure though. I was so excited when I was going to get my driver's license. I went to a driving academy because my dad did not want to teach me, which is fine. Let them teach me, and one of the instructors was actually a teacher at the high school I was going to, so it was really cool. I was able to meet him before I actually had a class with him, and he was teaching a law enforcement class, so I was able to meet him through that, and then ended up taking another class of his the next year. Did forensic science and another law enforcement class with him too, so it's pretty interesting. Yeah, no one had a break for me. We didn't try to cause an accident or anything like that, but still, it's better to be more cautious than aggressive when it comes to driving. Yeah, for 14, you couldn't get a permit unless you had a hardship, from my understanding, which some people went out of their way to make sure they got one, but we'll see. Guy's walking out of here with just a Knob Creek 9, I guess. Maybe that's his daily sipper. Alright guys, once again we're about to lose all camera quality if it's anything like last time, but we're still going to go in there, we're still going to do a hunt. Let's see what we can find. Let's see what we can find, boys. They normally keep stuff up front, some stuff in the middle. Fridays are better days, though. Matter of fact, tomorrow might be a better day. Get a Bardstown Disco 11 for $129.19 cash price. Got a Jane Decadence 92. Got a George Dickel collaboration Leopold Bros. Some Orphan barrels. Got the Muckety Muck 25 for $249. See if we see anything. Traveler's Whiskey 3179. I've heard good things about this one. This is the small batch reserve of the Rebel 32.99. Still have yet to pick it up or try it. We don't really buy shelters very often. Got that mellow corn down there. Is my phone trying to use Wi-Fi? It shouldn't be. I just turned the Wi-Fi off. I just know the service here is very bad, so we'll like really blurry quality. Wi-Fi is turned off. Grizzly Beast from Redwood Empire for $79.79. Some Iron Root, some Texas whiskey. Milam & Green single barrel, $49.69. It's on sale. Got that Doc Swinson. Still looking for that Amberana because Craig told us to look for it. This one's the Sherry and Cognac cask. Got all the benchmarks down here. We've got Top Fuller for $17.97, Bonded for $20.19. We've got the small batch for $17.59, full proof for $69, and single barrel for $24.99. Frank August for $64.99. They have Baker 7, I think so. I think it's at the end. I'll have to look. OGD 114 for $21.04. Still looking. I'll be looking for that bottle for sure for you.